Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I had some good news today and I wanted to share that as soon as I got it. Today I finally received my OCI card. This has been a long time coming. Lengthy process, very streamlined process thanks to VFS Global and Embassy of India. Again, I really want to thank them. Process was very smooth, no hassles whatsoever. And I would like to go over the process of applying for OCI card. Who can apply for OCI card? All people who are no longer carrying Indian passport and have been at certain time of their lives an Indian citizen can apply. Even if you are having a root Indian in your family up to your grandparents, you are eligible to apply. For more eligibility questions, go to our OCI website on Indian government site and check that out. So finally, this thing is here and this is awesome. This gives me freedom to go to India anytime without a visa with my US passport. So this combination, if I go to India, I get direct access. I don't have to get a visa, I don't have to stand in line, and I can go in the overseas citizen of India line when I go back to India. So that is the advantage, and I can actually even stay in India as long as I want. If I need to, I can get everything that I need. I can buy properties in India. I can live in India as long as I can. It is like a long-term visa. The only couple of things that you cannot do is you cannot vote in India, and the number two thing is you cannot buy agricultural land, and actually it is mentioned inside the OCI card. So do check that out. These are the reasons why I got it, and now I'll quickly go over the steps on how you can get it. So I will go on a step-by-step process over with you to see how you can apply for OCI card if you qualify for one. So stay tuned, talk to you soon. Come to our ociservices.gov.in and start applying here. So you come and select new OCI registration, which is similar to mine. So first things first, do read these instructions. They're very straightforward, but don't miss them. Check your eligibility if you want. Second thing is, again, if you already are, having an OCI, you have to use miscellaneous services. If you had, there was another thing called PIO card, Person of Indian Origin card in the past. I think the government of India merged these two things into one. So if you have any of these things, read the instructions on how to go by for that. And if you've already started a registration, you would have the registration number. You can start and print if you haven't done yet. But in case of that, and if you have to travel, don't rely on the OCI card because it takes a longer time. And if you have to apply for emergency services, go that route. Prerequisites, right? The couple of things that you should definitely have handy is 2x2 photograph, right? That is a physical copy, but make sure you take a soft copy or like a digital copy. So take the photograph of your actual 2x2 photograph. Make sure it follows the 200 pixel by 200 pixel dimensions. This is super important. And make sure it doesn't go beyond 1500 and 1500 in height. So that is that. And whenever you save it, make sure you compress it under 500 KB because otherwise it won't upload. The second thing you have to do before you start this application is signature. So make sure you do a signature on a piece of white paper in 1:3 aspect. So you can, I think your phone will be able to capture a 1:3 aspect image. It can also be, I think, 16:9. I think that is the similar calculation. And make sure you're under these dimensions, 200 by 67 in height, and the maximum is 1500 by 500. So make sure all the other supporting documents are also within maximum of 1000 KB. So if you have like any other document which is like a high definition PDF or scanned copy, make sure you compress it using like multiple online compressing softwares and before you upload. So keep that in handy. And after registration, you can read that once we actually finish registration. So I will click proceed. I have all these things ready. Read through the fingerprints again, the instructions again, I'm sorry. Fill in block letters, etc., etc. Just make sure you just go through the instructions. And this is again a fresh, like, Overseas Citizen of India application. And I will go through some different variations of what you need to do at a later time. And once you read through all that, you have all the documents ready, which they cover here again. You said I have read the instructions and accept. And it'll start here. So you enter CAPTCHA quickly. There is a part A, then there is a part B, and then you have to print out part A and part B, and then you have to submit your physical application. So those are like 3 broad steps. Then you go on and click fresh application if you have started a new one. Again, place of submission, you will have everything except for India. They are assuming that you already are a citizen of another country now. And then you select the country, and then you select the right mission. Ours is Washington, D.C. And then again, read for this. You have to have this documents ready. You have to have naturalization certificate ready, a copy, PDF copy, renunciation certificate, which you would have seen in my previous video, and then address proof. It can be any bill or your driver's license is the best one. Parental authorization if minor. Again, there are documents for that. And then legal status of parents in case of minors as well. So you can enter last name, given name, same as passport. So make sure you enter the correct name, correct last name. And if you have ever changed your name, in case of some people, when they get citizenship in different countries, they change their name. Some people don't. Some people change their last name after marriage. So if any of those cases apply to you, select that checkbox. If not, you can go ahead to the next one. Select your gender. Select a date of birth. Again, I'm selecting a fictitious one. And country of birth, it can be different. I was born in India, so I'm going to select India. But yeah, if your child born to an overseas citizen of India in America, your child probably might have not been born here, so you might have to select the correct country of birth. I'm just going to select a fictitious one. Place of birth. Current nationality, again, whatever nationality you acquire, put the right thing here. Make sure you have your foreign passport handy when you fill out, because you might have to put in a lot of numbers and details from that. And again, they remind you like, hey, these are the things you need. This is NA, or you can just leave it blank. You can actually leave it blank. Visible mark, you can say none. If you have any visible mark, you can add it here. Marital status, again, you can, based on what you qualify for, add that. Now is your passport details. So make sure, again, your passport details now is your new foreign passport. So don't get confused. Date of issue of your foreign passport, date of expiry, again, of your foreign passport. I cannot reiterate, but chances are sometimes you do make a mistake, so that's fine. Make sure you don't do it on this time. Place of issue, you can just say United States Department of, if you're in US, you can just put USDOS. And if you want, you can put your previous Indian passport number, but you can leave it blank to avoid confusion. You can add your dad's name, your dad's nationality, Your dad's profession. If they're retired, you can always write retired. Mom's name, mom's nationality, mom's profession. You can put whatever is the right one. And spouse's details, right? You can always add this. It's useful if you have that. Spouse, are you applying for OCI based on an Indian spouse? No, right? This is for myself, but you can always write that. Give the right information. I will zip through this fast. Marriage registration date, you have to check your marriage registration date and give the right thing. So please check your documents before you enter all that. And make sure you have to upload a copy of it as well, some part of it as well. And if you have your wife's details of their passport number, you are more than welcome to enter it here. And then when you are applying, like for example, in sense of me, I myself am the root Indian. So you will actually select self and go save and continue. Select your occupation. You can obviously say professional if you are working for a company. Give the right thing. Employer contact number. Give the right phone number. You do need an employment letter as well. So present address with first line 111. And your email. You need to give the right email because once you finish the application, you might get notification on your correct email. So do that. Let's go to the next one. So you're almost done here actually. Part A is almost done. You get this temporary application ID, please save it. Check all the details, make sure everything is correct. Go through each and every line. If you have any things, you can click modify, because after you do this, you won't be able to do anything. So you go ahead and submit it. Now you come to your uploading of your image. Till now you have completed part A. Congratulations. So you're like completed halfway through it. Go to your, so you can actually abandon your, so you save this number, that's the most important, which you have the correct image. Open that. Perfect. You can just adjust it and say that is the cropped part, and then you say crop is fine. Select the signature again, do the same thing, have a JPEG ready. You say crop aspect ratio and select the right thing, and then say selection is fine. When both are green, it'll say upload, and boom, you got part B almost done. You're almost there. Part A's last section is done, and you will say I have uploaded successfully. Go on, and then you got your application name, got your application number. Go to part B. Here you'll answer a series of questions. Make sure you answer them accurately. Have you ever applied for OCI? If yes, you have to apply. If not, put no. Most of them will be no. Have you surrendered OCI? You're not supposed to hold dual nationality, so make sure you have your renunciation certificate. Have you sought asylum? No. I'm just going to go through these. If you have ever been a Bangladeshi or Pakistani citizen, you're not eligible for OCI, so no. Have you ever been convicted anywhere else in the world? No. Refused entry? No. associated with any organization with violation, you say no, and a bunch of no questions. Please go through all of them. If your parents or grandparents have ever been citizens of Pakistan or Bangladesh, again, if you have that, you might not be eligible, so you shouldn't apply. And check all those things, and whether the applicant is currently under investigation, obviously no. Wanted for questioning, no. And lastly, no. Present nationality details. So you say this is your name, this is your nationality. You select that. I mean, if you were an American child, an Indian American origin child born here, you will say by birth. Otherwise, naturalization, and write the correct naturalization date here, so you can put up the right date and say go on to other details. Previous nationality, if you have any other multiple nationality, but if not, I think you can leave that. It's not a necessary field. If you have any relatives in India, please put it here. You can always enter your parents, or if your siblings are still there, you can obviously enter that here. Put up the present address where they reside. I'm not sure, I don't think they're gonna go and check each and everything, but it's always good to have that as reference. So you can leave that. You can say no if there isn't any. And if you have any criminal proceedings and you say no, then they process step forward. And I think now you reach the step for uploading all your documents. This is super mandatory. You have to upload a bunch of documents here, and then you might want to have to print all of these and try to notarize them, the ones that you send the physical application, but these you have to upload all the PDF. So here actually it's very good. They give you whatever you need to upload. So you need to upload address proof, select a file, make sure you choose that within that, and then you upload your current passport. So take a PDF copy of your first and last page of your US passport, if that is, or UK passport, whatever is applicable. Make sure you just get a PDF from your current employer, just proving that you work, and from which state to which state, and where the address is, because you put in your employer address up front. Indian origin proof. So this can be your previous passport copy, first, last, and all the information pages applicable. And you can also give your Aadhaar card if you have that, or if you can also give your driver's license in India if you had one, which I had. Indian visa might not be applicable for Indian citizens, but again, if you're an American child born here and if you visited India, came back, you might have copies of Indian visa, so you will able to upload that. Legal status of parents in case of minor. So if I'm applying for my child, I might have to give my legal status in case of that. Like there are a lot of Indian families living in America. Their children are American citizen, but they are still Indian citizen, but they have to apply for their OCI card for their travel. So if you're on H1B, F1, or any other L1 category, you apply that visa here. Upload your marriage certificate. They are asked about the date of registration of your marriage, so make sure you upload a copy of that. Naturalization certificate, if you gained citizenship through naturalization, upload that. Parental authorization, just saying that you're applying for your child, so you take the responsibility, you upload that. Take your PIO card. Again, this is something that used to exist. You don't need to do it anymore, and especially if you're a new OCI registration, you can skip that. Relationship certificate, again, might be applicable for certain people, might not be, but see what is applicable for you and upload that. Renunciation certificate, yes, super important. I applied for a renunciation. You can check out some of my previous videos, and I will tie that to this video. You can go check that out, and you might want to have your renunciation certificate, or sometimes they also call it surrender certificate. So take a copy of that and upload it here. And spouse OCI card. This is again not applicable for me, but yes, if my wife is applying for this, she might have to upload a copy of my OCI card. So once you finish that, you will let me show you an example. If I can do that, let me actually quickly show you. This is just a fictitious one, and I click upload, and it is okay. It's not successful, so I'll try it one more time. Address, again, you just upload. I just want to show how it looks like. So yep, it'll say uploaded, it'll say correctly green uploaded here, and do this if you want to re-upload it. So I just want to show you that sample, but you can go through that process. I don't want to spend time on it. Once that is done completely, you will click final submit, and this actually will be submitted, right? So the OCI process for the government website is actually done. Part A, Part B submitted. Everything is gone to the OCI folks, and then you will come to the next step of the process, right? You will, after you submit your online registration, you will be given an online printed registration number, and then application form. You will also get a PDF copy, so you print that out, and then the photo and the signature that you uploaded will already be ingrained on your form, which you print out. So make sure actually do a color copy. Again, print on single side for every Indian application form. Print on single side, don't double print. You print all that. The only other step pending is going to the VFS website, which I'll quickly cover. I won't spend too much time. You make your payment there basically, and you get your printed label for your FedEx. You put your documents together. I'll go through the checklist, and you will put them in the box and ship it to the nearest embassy. So that is pretty much all the steps. I will show you VFS OCI services that they offer. I will quickly go through that. You already have finished most of the steps. You already identified your category. You already finished your application. All you need to do is complete your mail-in application here and submit it on over here. So if you already have a profile like me, you can just go click apply and start your payment on VFS and also your courier label. So here, I think you might have seen my previous videos. I've covered global entry, not through VFS, through a different program. I've covered passport application, I've covered renunciation, I've covered almost everything. This is the last one, final piece of the puzzle, OCI card. You basically go here, you select your OCI category new, you select your state, you can make sure you select the right one so that the right mission gets assigned. So it automatically assigns it here, and you know that you entered your right mission there. So everything needs to be matching. You are just applying as an adult. Have you ever held Indian passport? Yes, I actually did. So I will say yes. Have you renounced it? So this is actually really important, which I covered in my previous video. You can follow that. How will you submit your application? Postal. Now, embassy in America, Indian embassies in America no longer accept walk-ins, so you can only do postal. I feel this is very convenient and it helps them a lot. And how would you like it returned? Postal. I literally just got it here, so process is smooth, no worries. And I've gone through all my videos. I think some people like how to pay. You can do money order, you can do banker's check, but at the leisure of your home, you can actually just pay it with like a few dollars more as convenience fee. I would prefer that. So once you do all that, you go actually to the payment processing page. And here, so this is actually a very good breakdown. Your OCI fees are roughly $300. Counselor fee is $275. Indian Community Welfare Fund is $3. Your VFS courier is $15.90, and your total is $304. So you can actually go and proceed to payment. And I think payment again should be straightforward. For that, you need to either create a new login or go back to login. I'm just gonna show you an illustration. I already have it saved. Okay, so it's actually not taking me in. I wouldn't waste time on this. You know the drill. You need to make your payment. Once you make your payment, you will have your postage. You will get an email confirming that you will go through the checklist, which actually I'll go through, which is actually super important. You finish your payment, you get a receipt, you get an email confirmation, and the only thing that's pending now is your quick checklist. So I would quickly go over that, or inside the section for OCI information, select again new user or new registration for OCI, and documents required, and I'm going to quickly go through the adult checklist. There is a minor checklist, and then there's a foreign spouse checklist. So based on whatever category you fall into, please follow these documents, and then you can go forward. So I will really go quick. I wouldn't actually, so read the rules. It's all the same. Don't make mistakes. Make sure you don't send original documents unless specified. There is a couple of things that you really need to pay attention, right? So mandatory documents, the online application form, part A, part B that we filled will be printed out. Send the original. Don't forget to date and sign it. Select a check, print this form out first. Check this box. The photo that you uploaded digitally, make sure you have 2 copies of the physical photographs as well. So make sure you have a photograph and digital signature. Obviously, you cannot have a photograph of your signature. Make sure you sign the form, if that's what they mean by this. Enter on all pages of this checklist your name, your US passport or foreign passport number, email ID, and phone number if they need to contact you. Address proof, copy. Don't submit any original things. State issued driver's license, copy. Make sure you print both sides of it on one sheet. Again, you can do color. I think color is preferred. And you can notarize each of these things, no problem. I mean, I did that. Nobody said anything. Second thing that they have actually, they've added some new requirements. So one thing is you need to send a photocopy of your attested US passport. So that is one. Of all those important pages, go and get it notarized and put it on your documents. The new document that they're asking now is you actually have to send your renunciation copy, right? So your renunciation of Indian citizenship. So do that first, and then send the surrender certificate copy. Don't send the original, copy. Proof of Indian origin, again, you can send a copy of your old passport that got stamped which said cancelled due to acquiring foreign nationality. So make sure you send that. Name change document, again, only if you did that. Please follow the rules for that. Marriage certificate is mandatory. Make sure you take a copy of your marriage certificate, a legible copy, and send it with that. Naturalization certificate, again, copy only for this. Don't send the original one. Landing papers, again, this is for Canadian citizenship. Do that. And your fee, if you paid online, you will get an online receipt. Make sure you print that online receipt with all the correct documents and the correct government ARN number. So submit that with this. This checklist, again, should be printed and signed here before you submit. And last thing that they said, additional documents is So don't miss those things. These are the steps for applying for OCI card. I know it's a little lengthy, but I think if you follow this step by step, you won't make a mistake. And I got it within 4 to 5 weeks after application, very within their timeline. I actually hadn't even reached out to them for anything, and they were very, 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 very helpful. I didn't even have to reach out once. They sent it to me immediately. So if you like this video, do give me a thumbs up, write comments, give me feedback, and use this if you are in one of these categories. Apply and get your OCI card. I mean, if you qualify, why not apply for it? So I hope you enjoyed this step-by-step process. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and keep watching my videos, keep liking it, keep encouraging me. Our channel has grown, I have more and more subscribers every day. Thank you for that, and appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. So take care, stay safe,